Item. SCP-1142. Object Class. Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-1142 is to be contained in a standard non-humanoid holding cell at Site-12. An automated recording system is to monitor SCP-1142 at all times. 2 Level 2 members of technical staff are to inspect any recordings made on a daily basis and, in case of a transmission having been picked up, are to provide this transmission to the current translation operative for conversion from its original German into English. A full report is then to be submitted to the current Level 4 project lead as per the protocols for inter-reality relations. The battery SCP-1142 carries is to be checked on the 1st of every month for signs of deterioration. SCP-1142's propulsion systems have been disabled to simplify containment. Description: SCP-1142 is a Goliath tracked mine, original designation Leechtilledungstrager Goliath SDKFZ-303B, as used by the German Wehrmacht during the Second World War. SCP-1142 shows no signs of aging and, although originally designed to carry an explosive charge, contains a heavily modified KWE, a Wehrmacht radio receiver within its housing. The modified components are of a design and complexity inconsistent with the level of German technology during the middle of the 20th century. SCP-1142 relies on a gasoline engine for propulsion and carries an early model thermal battery for the operation of the receiver. At irregular intervals, transmissions in German have been recorded from SCP-1142. In all cases, contact has been made by an individual referring to himself as Brigadeführer, designated SCP-1142-1. Historical research has verified his existence, though records show him to have been killed during Allied military action at On-19. Analysis of transmissions recorded have yielded several critical points of divergence from our timeline. These include several individuals not currently known to have held offices within the Wehrmacht occupying key positions within that body. Large-scale deaths among German civilians from an unknown pathogen with symptoms resembling acute necrotizing fasciitis. A sinkhole with a diameter of approximately 16 kilometers appearing in the Lublin province of Poland in late 19. Reports of mass destruction of German settlements by unknown forces. Allied powers isolating the European continent, with troop action being focused on containment of redacted. Development of reality gating technology in 19. In addition, SCP-1142-1 claims to be broadcasting from Austria in the year 19. In light of this and the aforementioned divergences, transmissions received through SCP-1142 have been deemed to originate from an alternate reality iteration designated DMAX/15487-A. Additional classification as intertemporal is pending. Recorded transmissions from SCP-1142 indicate DMAX/15487-A is experiencing or has experienced a ZK-class reality failure scenario. At this time, communications are restricted to receiving and recording the signal broadcast by SCP-1142-1 from DMAX/15487-A. Attempts to initiate contact with or send a signal to DMAX/15487-A have proven ineffectual. Following the events of Foundation communication with SCP-1322-A, further research into initiating contact with SCP-1142-1 or responding to its transmissions has been suspended. Addendum 1142-01. Recovery and Preliminary Containment Notes. SCP-1142 was discovered in a barn on the outskirts of Fürstenzel, Germany on 20. German authorities, alerted by the owner, found SCP-1142 idling and, after recognizing its original purpose, brought in the Kampfmittelräumdienst (KRD). to defuse it. A covert contact within that service alerted local Foundation agents when she found SCP-1142 showed no signs of age and did in fact not contain an explosive charge. A recovery team then managed to extract it from the German authorities and transported it to Site 12.